Welcome to the characters we work with, where art imitates life, and the people who entertain us on TV are strikingly similar to those we work alongside every day. Curb Your Enthusiasm has given us a lot of laughs, and many pearls of wisdom. The star of the show, Larry David, does not like to be out of his comfort zone, which is about a half-inch wide. Larry finds fault with just about everyone and everything he encounters, yet the people around him somehow keep coming back. While he seems not to like very many people, he has many friends. But even those closest to him, like Jeff, Susie, Leon, Richard Lewis, and Ted Danson, are all just as likely to be the target of some petty, infinitesimal issue that Larry takes exception to. As silly and outrageous as we may find the characters of Curb Your Enthusiasm, as well as the situations they get themselves into, we can see that each character has similarities to the people in our lives. From sense of humor to pet peeves to sources of joy or frustration, they are just people like all of us, and line up pretty similarly to the characters we work with. Let's dive into the crew from Curb and see just how closely they match up. The Susie Green is that ball of fire colleague, wrapped up in stylish outfits, a lot of jewelry, and about 90% of the time is a delight to work with. It is the other 10% of the time that a little something happens in her day that sees the Susie go from 0 to 100 in a flash. She loves to have an audience where she can share a story about something funny, even if only to her, but, having worked with her a while, that you are best not to interrupt her lest she give you a stare that tells you she is 2 seconds away from raging. That 90% is the Susie we love, and where she does her best work, is highly talented, is thoughtful, generous, and sweet to everyone. She can be the shoulder to cry on 1 minute and a hurricane of profanity the next. It is largely the good work and effort by the Susie that keeps her employed despite her occasional blow-ups and fits of anger. But really, you suspect that it is more likely that neither her manager nor anyone in HR has the guts to fire her. That larger-than-life personality in the workplace who stops by every desk, ready and happy to engage everyone as he passes, we call the Jeff. The Jeff is loud, boisterous, his laugh is heard 2 floors up, and he brings immediate levity to any situation. The Jeff has talent for what he does, which is bringing in new clients, opening new territory, and developing new business, and there is no one better for the role. His gift of gab, his engaging, fun, and welcoming personality makes him the person that everyone, his colleagues, superiors, and new clients always give him the time and the audience upon request. The Jeff shatters the confidence meter and is therefore often mistaken as an executive or board member by new employees, who always ask, "Who is that?" Such confidence is more often reserved for the people who basically own the place. Spending 5 minutes with Jeff, and he'll have you believing he does. There's always an employee whom it seems can do no wrong. They are beloved by everyone, and no matter how deeply you dig, you can never find fault with them as much as your petty side may want to. Welcome in the Ted Danson. The Ted is like the Teflon Don. Nothing ever sticks to him. Whether part of a failed project, a lost client, a fender bender in the company car, you name it. There's never a shortage of people, from his peers to upper management, to quickly stand up for him and determine that the Ted was not responsible. Thus, you love being part of a project team with the Ted. He is talented, so there is a good chance it will come out great, and there is no downside. Should the project be a complete failure, everyone in charge will quickly determine that it was due to poor timing, market fluctuation, or economic downturn. You learned early on it is smart to stick to the Ted, and good luck to you, because nothing sticks to the Ted. The Marty is what we refer to as a legacy employee. No matter who you talk to, the Marty was here long before them. It appears that he knows literally everyone, from those in a position of power and influence, your VPs and VIPs, to the concierge at the hotel around the corner and the bartenders at every lounge within a 10-block radius. The Marty is old school, set in his ways, but you recognize that this way has served him well over a long, successful career. Even if he is a dying breed, what he brings, in addition to the familiarity and comfort that clients want to see, is a level of care and support to the entire team. Any friend and close colleague of the Marty gets what they need every time, and more quickly than those outside his loop. As with the Ted, you are wise to stay connected with the Marty. Being tight with the Marty will surely pay dividends in the level of access and consideration that takes the normal employee years to earn on their own. The Larry is the obvious odd duck around the office. And it takes little time at all to recognize that. You see time and time again that no matter what the Larry is doing, from filling up his water bottle to using the copier to having lunch in the cafeteria, he always exudes an air of dissatisfaction. It's not a smug look, but more a look that we all have when we run off 50 copies and see that they have all come out pink. Such things happen in any workplace, and for the most part, no one cares or gets too worked up about it. The Larry reaches a level of disgust, like it's the end of the world. Ironically, if he learned the world was about to end, you get the sense the Larry would simply say, so be it. In most meetings, Larry will say nothing through most of it until the end, when all the questions have been asked, decisions have been made, and everyone around the table has nodded in approval, all except for one, the Larry. It is only then, after silently sitting there adding nothing for the entire meeting, will the Larry finally weigh in. His standard contribution is to offer a level of skepticism on the now agreed-upon plan. He will then reveal his brilliant plan, which he had before the meeting began, and is unchanged after all of the discussion has been completed. But since the Larry tuned most of the discussion out anyway, he confidently shares his thoughts and how the smarter move is to move in an entirely different direction. The tidal wave of eye rolls that follow around the room is something the Larry is used to, and when his plan is immediately shut down, it only serves to give the Larry something new to stew about. But even that's a win for the Larry, as those in charge walk away knowing that they shouldn't count on him to assist, and the Larry will take no responsibility should the plan fail. To the Larry, it's a win-win. Life is not a sitcom, but it sure can feel like it sometimes, and it is never a one-man show. It is due to the many interesting and unique people and personalities we work alongside every day. From the joyful to the fun to the petty to the impatient, it is always that diverse mix of colleagues throughout our careers that makes the mundane memorable. Those unique characters are what we remember, not the jobs we did day to day, nor the infinite amount of tasks completed, but about the people who impacted us throughout our one-of-a-kind career journey. Thanks for watching. To see more of the characters we work with, stop by the Break Room blog section at careerion.com.